He was the fastest kid on the field, the one everyone cheered for, the one whose name was on every scoreboard. He dreamed of glory, of medals, of records, of hearing crowds chant his name, until the day it all stopped. A single misstep, a sudden twist, an injury so severe the doctors whispered words he would never forget. You may never play again. The stadium went silent, his teammates moved on, his dreams felt like they'd been ripped from his hands. And in that moment, the boy who once ran like the wind felt frozen, broken, defeated. He spent nights staring at the ceiling, his mind replaying the moment over and over. Every step he'd ever taken, every practice, every sprint was now shadowed by one question: was it all for nothing? Pain became his only companion. Fear crept into his heart. Doubt consumed him. Some nights he would cry silently. Some nights he would rage against the world. Some nights he considered giving up entirely. He could have quit. Most people would have, but he didn't. He realized something profound. Life doesn't give second chances lightly, but it gives you something stronger. The chance to rebuild. Instead of running from the pain, he ran through it. One small step at a time. One stretch. One exercise. One repetition. Every day. Sometimes he cried. Sometimes he screamed. Sometimes he wanted to quit. But every scar, every ache, every setback, he turned them into lessons. Because strength isn't measured by medals. It isn't measured by speed or trophies. Strength is measured by what you do when life tells you, stop. He trained harder than ever, not for fame, not for applause, not for anyone else. He trained for the boy who had dreamed of victory. He trained for the athlete who had once been unstoppable and would be again. The process was brutal. He faced setbacks. He faced failures. He faced moments when it felt like he'd never run again. But each time he fell, he remembered why he started. Each failure became a stepping stone. Each scar a medal in his mind. He learned patience. He learned resilience. He learned that courage doesn't roar. Sometimes courage is just showing up when your body and mind scream, stop. Months turned into a year. One day the doctor said something remarkable. You may play again, but you will have to rebuild everything. And he did. He returned to the field, slow, careful, uncertain. The crowd had moved on. Some had forgotten his name. Some doubted he could ever return. But he didn't care. Every step he took on the field carried the weight of his struggle. Every sprint carried the story of his resilience. Every movement was proof that he refused to be defined by the moment life tried to break him. And when he scored his first goal after returning, it wasn't just a goal, it was proof. Proof that pain can be transformed into power. Proof that failure is not the end. It's the beginning of strength. He wasn't just back. He was better than before. Faster, smarter, mentally unbreakable. The broken athlete had become a legend. Life didn't make it easy. Life never promised it would, but what it does promise is the opportunity to rise, to fight, to turn brokenness into brilliance. And he did. The boy who once lay broken, who had cried in silence, who had doubted himself more than anyone else ever could, stood taller than ever before. So if life knocks you down, if the world tells you to stop, if pain threatens to consume you, remember this: pain is temporary, strength is eternal, and what breaks you can also make you legendary. The broken athlete wasn't finished. He was just getting started.